this week inside the Al-Aqsa Mosque, where misguided Muslims seem intent on creating more havoc than is required. The Israelis are more than happy to respect the Muslim community's wishes, and yet rocks seem to be the response. Perhaps the community there should be turning their attention, as we all are, to the scenes of many Muslim migrants and others flooding into Europe. How can we help?
Were instated in Hungary, which completed a fence Monday designed to stop thousands of migrants arriving from Serbia.
There's also been concerns in the press and across social media that ISIS are smuggling their own amongst the refugees into Europe.
A man named Elias Bousab suggested that as many as 2% of the people that will arrive in Britain could be ISIS radicals, could be jihadists, could be militants. Now, this headline that you can see here from the Huffington Post was splashed over British media, just about every outlet. It was the Mirror, the Telegraph, everything, promoting a lot of fears about who could be entering the country. And of course, this is not going to help David Cameron. It's not going to help the issue at all.
And as has been increasingly the case in such significant circumstances as we are experiencing, we turn to Lord Sachs for words of wisdom.
The European Union was created as a kind of way of saying we recognize human rights after the catastrophe of 2 world wars and the Holocaust. And it's very chilling to see some of these scenarios being reenacted. I don't want to make a direct comparison, but now is the time for humanitarian compassion.
And this is the BBC asking Lord Sachs, have we ever seen anything on a scale like this in the form of a humanitarian crisis?
We haven't, and clearly some of the images that have emerged in the last few days have brought back images that we thought we'd never see again. You know, a young child lying dead by the seashore, people packed into transports, ships overloaded and capsizing. These take our mind way back to the Second World War, to the Holocaust. And it's important to remember that one simple humanitarian gesture, Kindertransport, which rescued 10,000 Jewish children from Germany, only 10,000 out of 6 million, but it lit a light in one of the darkest periods of history. And I hope that European countries will realize that the very ideals on which the European Union were founded are being tested right now.
And the Jewish community is out there trying to make a difference.
It's not a new issue. It's neither is it a new issue for World Jewish Relief. We've been supporting Syrian refugees in and around Syria itself since Rosh Hashanah 2013. Of course, the situation's taken a different scale and complexity in some ways, as we've started to see, as we know, the single greatest refugee movement across Europe for best part of 75 years.
This Rosh Hashanah, nearly 30,000 Reb Nachman followers flocked to Uman in the Ukraine to commemorate the life and death, I guess, of Reb Nachman, but to remember him as he wanted to be remembered, as somebody who felt the love of God and was able to communicate with God in an almost unique way at the time. He simply spoke to him wherever he was and whatever he was doing, and that's genuinely what every religious individual, whether he follows Judaism, Christianity or Islam, whatever it is, you should be in a position to talk to someone. And Reb Nachman liked to talk out loud. I wear this hat as a sign that I believe in the love and the understanding of Reb Nachman and his relationship with God, and I think everyone should share in that. And another extraordinary event over Rosh Hashanah, which we were celebrating in some cases, was the crowning of Malcolm Turnbull as the new Prime Minister. I don't think even he could have realised things were going to happen that fast.
Very humbled by the great honour and responsibility that has been given to me today.
It's only 2 years since Malcolm Turnbull talked to the Melbourne Jewish community about his vision for Australia and where he was finding his inspiration for the future.
Our goal has to be to become more sophisticated in our technology, more advanced, more competitive. We have to be a smarter and smarter nation to compete. And Israel is a remarkable example for that.
And here he is again this week, the Prime Minister of our country, looking to technology as being key to the future of this country's success.
The Australia of the future has to be a nation that is agile, that is innovative, that is creative. We cannot be defensive, we cannot future-proof ourselves. We have to recognise that the disruption that we see driven by technology, the volatility and change, is our friend. Is our friend if we are agile and smart enough to take advantage of it. There has never been a more exciting time to be alive than today. And there has never been a more exciting time to be an Australian.
And there should be no doubt about his opinions about the boycott, divestment and sanctions campaign currently being railed against Israel.
There is a coordinated campaign to delegitimise Israel. And this is really what the BDS campaign, so-called, is all about. The people will say, well, BDS is not anti-Semitism. Well, I don't want to get into a semantic argument, but I tell you, its object is the same. The end is the same. BDS's objective is the same. It is to delegitimise and ultimately destroy the State of Israel. And by doing that, to achieve, perhaps in a less violent form of words, exactly the objective that Ahmadinejad has threatened to do with his military muscle, with his imminent, some would say, nuclear power.
Good Yontiv, how's it? Which shul did you go to? Who's the rabbi there? Where are you going first night?
I remember when we used to send Rosh Hashanah cards, and now we send this guy. Social media is full of all sorts of crazy little anecdotes. Check out this one.
So I wanted to ask you, Mamela, where do the Grossmans live? Where is their sukkah located?
Rebbetzin, next door to the Weiss's sukkah.
Right. Do you remember what street that's on?
Grover Street.
Oh, of course. Okay, Mamela, thank you so much. I'll speak to you later. I just need to get going now. Thank you so much. Okay.
Lulav shaking reminder.
What?
Lulav shaking reminder.
I won't forget. Thank you, Süßkeit. Okay. Call Tub.
Sei gesund.
Call Tub. I don't think you need to press anything on this.